Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm taking a look at the Minnesota Vikings after they just signed big defensive tackle Sheldon Richardson, a former defensive tackle from the Cleveland Browns that was released, is now a Minnesota Viking. But before we get into that topic, just a quick question for those of you viewing, especially the Vikings fans. What do you got the Vikings record being this upcoming season? Comment down below. You got them going to the Super Bowl, being above 500, below 500, whatever it is. Comment down below and kind of hear my answer throughout. But looking straight into this signing, you can't tell me this was not a cause and effect from the restructure between the Vikings and Danielle Hunter, the big defensive end on this Viking squad. Now they got him some even more help. Vikings, I'm not a Vikings fan. I'm a Kirk Cousins fan, but I can't deny what is happening in Minnesota. I like what they got going down in there, and I truly think they're a dark horse team to make a serious run in the playoffs in the NFC. Looking at their defense, to me, when healthy, this could be top 10 is a safe prediction, but this could be a top 5 defense when playing at their full potential. Like I said, you already got Danielle Hunter, a guy that's going to get you 10 plus sacks at the bare minimum in my mind. I made a bold predictions on the Minnesota Vikings this year, and I said Danielle Hunter is going to have a career year for a number of reasons. A, he hasn't played in a year, he's hungrier. B, he's having 17 games, and now he's got even more help. They signed Dalvin Tomlinson to help him out earlier this year. They drafted a rookie in the 3rd round, Patrick Jones, to help him out this year. They just signed Sheldon Richardson. This defensive line is as stout as it could be. Now, Sheldon Richardson signed to strictly get sacks? No, he's going to get you probably anywhere between a safe range is 3 to 6 sacks this year. And is Dalvin Tomlinson there to get sacks and that's his only job? No, these are just kind of, big guys that could crowd the box down in the trenches on the defensive line. They can really help get tackles, be some run stoppers, and like I just said, crowd the box. Are they going to get a handful of sacks? Yes, but that is not their main priority. Their job is to possibly get it, bring over a double team, bring some noise to their end to open up a possible one-on-one matchup for your big defensive end rusher, Danielle Hunter. And it doesn't stop there. You got Eric Kendricks, you got Anthony Barr, one of the best linebacker duos in the NFL. Eric Kendricks is a top 5 linebacker alone. Anthony Barr, he's not the youngest anymore, but you can't deny that he still has talent. I like what they did in the secondary. They added Xavier Woods. They added Pat Pete, a guy that, when playing at his full potential, possibly in a very defensive-minded team, could still be a top 10 corner in the league. You got Harrison Smith. Like I said, this Vikings team, a safe prediction is for them to be a top 10 defense, but I truly believe with Danielle Hunter, with Dalvin Tomlinson, with Sheldon Richardson, with the addition of Patrick Jones in the rookie draft class, with the addition of Patrick Peterson, with the addition of Xavier Woods, this can be a top 5 defense. Last year they went, what was that? Off the top of my head, I believe the Vikings went 7-9. And 7-9 is not bad, saying didn't have a great kicker. Special teams are kind of a thing that cost teams losses a lot of the time. That's kind of an underrated thing that people don't account for. But a lot of their defense was hurt, and their offense, while it has talent, Dalvin Cook's a top 3 running back in my bold prediction video, like I just mentioned earlier on Danielle Hunter. I predicted Dalvin Cook to be in the talks of the number 1 running back in the league. Your offensive line, that was kind of a big concern for them last year, but they addressed it in this offseason, especially in the draft, getting Christian Darrisaw, kind of a steal in the 1st round. I believe when they traded with the Jets, they dropped to the 19th or 20th pick in the 1st round and still picked up the 3rd best tackle in the draft. They drafted Wyatt Davis, a guard, in the 3rd round. Are these rookies going to save the O-line day one? No. But through a 17-game season, they could develop and get there. Look what Tristan Wirfs did for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year. A rookie tackle that I don't want to say was the sole reason the Bucs went to the Super Bowl, but without him, I don't think they'd go all the way. Same thing. I'm not saying Christian Darrisaw is going to follow in those footsteps, but it's not impossible for a rookie to really stack up an offensive line. We like the receiving core. Justin Jefferson's in the talks of being a top 10, top 12 receiver. Adam Thielen is as reliable as it gets. Irv Smith's going to play a crazy role in this offense now that it's just him as a starter. Kyle Rudolph is gone. You got a well-organized head coach in Mike Zimmer. He's kind of defensive-minded, but when you got a top 10 receiver, you got a reliable receiver, you got a playmaker tight end, you got a top 3 running back, and you got a consistent Kirk Cousins. Like I said, I'm a huge Kirk Cousins fan, but I'll admit he's got a ceiling, but that doesn't mean that ceiling isn't enough to take you to the Super Bowl. I would say Kirk Cousins is better than a guy like Jared Goff. Jared Goff took his team to a Super Bowl before. I'd say Kirk Cousins is on the same level or possibly a spot higher as Jimmy Garoppolo, a guy that's taken to a Super Bowl before. Kirk Cousins isn't being required to carry this team. The rest of the roster can help him get there. He just has to manage them. And, this term game manager is kind of a condescending term now, as in it can't get you to the next level. Well, when you got a Super Bowl level roster, all you need is a game manager. You just need a guy that can manage the game, manage the clock, manage the pace, and just not put you in a losing position, you know? He doesn't have to go out there and throw 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. He just needs to throw a quick 250, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Just don't turn over the ball. Don't lose the game for him. And like I said, with this new addition of Sheldon Richardson, is this going to send the Vikings to the Super Bowl? No. To me, the Vikings were already a dark horse team, but is it going to possibly get them one extra regular season win? Maybe. And again, I'm not going to say he's responsible for a single win by himself, but it's just a kind of extra factor to throw into this equation as to why I think this Vikings team will be a playoff team, possibly fight for the division in the NFC North with Aaron Rodgers. And if Aaron Rodgers is not a Green Bay Packer, the Vikings is just going to blow through this division. The Bears, you can't just completely count them out because their defense is very good. But rookie Justin Fields, experienced Kirk Cousins, again, Justin Fields might have a higher ceiling than Kirk Cousins in their full potential when they both hit their primes. But in rookie year versus Kirk Cousins, I think going to be one of his best years. I'm going to bet on Kirk and a top 3 running back and a top 10 receiver and a top 5 defense. I can't find any holes on this Vikings team. And again, if we got picky, I could pick on the special teams. I could pick on the offensive line, but they've addressed everything they needed to in this offseason. Christian Darrisaw, Wyatt Davis, they're not going to be star-studded guys game 1, week 1. But are they going to develop into being able to stay consistent starters and really help this offensive line bump up a couple rankings? I think so. I mean, Dalvin Cook made it work last year. He was the second in rushing yards last year. I believe he hit. It was either 14 or 1,500 yards. I want to say 1,500. And the offensive line wasn't spectacular. This year, it's going to be even better, and he's going to be even better. And this Viking team is going to be even better. Again, Sheldon Richardson, a guy that's on a 1-year prove-it deal worth $3.6 million. Great signing, really good possible run stopper. He's just going to crowd the box with Dalvin Tomlinson and really, I hope, open up one-on-one matches for Danielle Hunter. His career high is 14.5 sacks, both in the past 2 seasons he played in, 2019 and 2018. I said it before and I'm saying it again. I think he's going to top that with the amount of help he has. This Vikings team's going far this year, and Sheldon Richardson, I think he's going to be happy to be a part of it. Hopefully, Kirk Cousins keep his job. There's some speculation with them drafting Kellen Mond in the 3rd round. Those guys are complete different players, but I think Kirk Cousins is going to, having that fire in his ass to play at his best. I think he's going to play at his best and having the most weapons he's ever had. Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, yeah, he's had years with Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs, but you guys still know what I mean. He's got a great roster to do it, and I think he's going to play great. I like this Vikings team a lot. Not a Vikings fan, but I can't deny what they're building down there in Minnesota is a great thing. As always, guys, tell me what you think. What do you referring back to the question of the day, what do you think the Vikings record will be in the upcoming season? I think 10 wins is a floor to me, 10-7. I think they have the upside of possibly 12, 13 wins. A lot of it depends on Rodgers. 11-6, 12-5 sounds like the sweet spot for me in the Vikings, but we'll just have to see how it plays out. Of course, comment down below what you think and overall what you think of my Sheldon Richardson prediction. I didn't go too in-depth on him, but like I said, he's not going to be this huge star that takes him to the next level, but he's definitely going to be a small variable that goes into the equation of this Vikings team possibly being a Super Bowl roster. Let me know what you think about Richardson and the Vikings pairing up. As always, guys, I truly appreciate you watching. 2-minute warning.